So today we are going to talk about Naturalguard, which is required and essential for the sustainable production of swine. First of all, what is Naturalguard? This is how the packaging looks like on the left side. The direct benefits from Naturalguard is 100% pure plant ingredients, almost no or little side effects. It can replace the application of antibiotics and growth promoters in animal feed. It increases the profit by optimizing the feed intake and improve the pig's growth. It improves pork meat quality by increasing protein levels and lowering cholesterol. It reduces the mortality rate of piglets and increases milk production. It is effective against specific pathogens such as African swine fever virus, and recently we found it is also effective against foot and mouth disease. So Naturalguard is an essential oil supplement obtained from mixture of 3 plant extracts: lavender, pine, and eucalyptus oils. It is an immunomodulator in the lower dose and acts directly against the virus and other pathogen in the higher dose, which keeps the animal in optimal conditions. It is an effective agent to replace antibiotics and growth promoters in animal feed. The continued use of Naturalguard strengthens the immune system against pathogens, resulting in better pig growth rates, improved meat quality, and more profitable production. Forms of Naturalguard. Naturalguard presently present in 2 forms, liquid and powder. We want to give you some key differences or similarities between these 2 characteristics. Naturalguard is a powder form and liquid is the liquid form. Blend is the same. It's a blend of eucalyptus, pinus, and lavandula, same concentration. Carrier of blend oil in case of Naturalguard is the pure salt, NaCl, and in case of liquid is the pure potable water. Targeted animals are same: pig, poultry, cattle, sheep, and goat. Then function, it acts as an immunomodulator in normal dose and antipathogen component in treatment dose, the same. Stability, 36 months for both, mixed in feed, and liquid is mixed in drinking water and also in the feed. Essential oil fragrance presents, yes, it is present. So you will have the aroma of the natural mode of action. Naturalguard containing natural oils possesses pronounced capability to stimulate the induction of humoral and cell-mediated immune response of lymphocytes to the antigens of pathogenic bacteria and alloantigen. It maintains the immunity level by keeping immunoglobulin G level high, which helps to protect animal from infectious diseases. It maintains the basic metabolic function of animal body. It is able to reduce the stress level of animal. It reduces the load of harmful pathogen, bacteria, and virus in the farming environment. It acts directly against the specific pathogens like African swine fever virus, foot and mouth disease, and on several pathogenic bacteria. Recommended dose when it is mixed in the feed, preventive is 2 kg per ton of feed, frequency of application daily. In treatment, when there is a stress condition or any infection, then the dose should be doubled, 4 kg per ton of feed, and application daily. Drinking water application, preventive is 80 ppm or 80 ml per 1000 liter of drinking water, and in treatment it is 240 ppm or 240 ml per 1 ton of water for 7 to 10 days or until the animal become better. What are the direct benefits? Antibiotics and growth promoter replacement enhances the productivity of pig, enhances the quality of meat, improves the health condition of animal. And here are the summary of laboratory and field observation trials. So we have first Naturalguard as antibiotics and growth promoter replacement in pig feed. This was conducted in the commercial farms of Pokphon, Indonesia, where we found that the survival rate was much better and the higher protein content and lower cholesterol in the NG feed meat of pigs. And again, at University of Gajah Mada, it showed that it can successfully replace the antibiotics and growth promoter in the feed. Then overall performance and blood quality. This trial was conducted at University of Gajah Mada. We found that higher weight gain, lower FCR, higher protein content, lower uric acid and triglyceride, and lower cholesterol content in the NG-fed meat of pigs. Anti-African swine fever virus in vitro trial, which was conducted in Vietnam National University of Agriculture, Hanoi, Vietnam. We showed it is effective, 100% deactivation of log5 African swine fever virus in palm cells. Then the second trial was conducted to show its efficacy against African swine fever in vivo. And it showed that it is effective, 100% effective in preventing the horizontal transmission of the virus. Then anti-African swine fever virus in commercial sow farms in Indonesia. The trial was conducted in about 20 sow farms in Bali area, and we saw it is almost 80% effective. Deactivation of avian infectious bronchitis. So this trial was conducted on chicken, which could also show that it is effective against prevention of horizontal transmission. It also showed that it can enhance the quality of milk. Then some ongoing and recently finished trials are on foot and mouth disease in pigs, and we are finding almost 80% protection. We have further, which are in the other areas, like in cattle and in sheep, which are supporting the phenomenon and our concept that it is effective against other animals also. This is the trial which was conducted in Bali. Purpose was and objective was to see, their efficacy, whether there is any negative effect, and how is the effect on the growth by replacing antibiotics and growth promoter with the Naturalguard. And we could see that, the overall performance was as good as control. What we saw was very significant was the percentage of mortality in Naturalguard was quite lower as compared to control. This is the second, what we are talking about, the quality. What we saw that NG-fed pigs had a better protein percentage, lower cholesterol level, and lower fat level. So this is, almost 22.97% of protein level was higher. Cholesterol level of NG group, 54.78 milligram per 100 gram was lower than control, which was 56.59 mg per 100 gram. Fat level was lower, 5.73 in NG group, whereas in control it was 6.45%. These are the samples. You can even see from the color, there is a difference. This is about the sow trial we conducted in the red zone area against African swine fever virus, and we could see only 2 farms which actually got the problems of African swine fever virus, whereas other farms were safe. This is trial conducted at University of Gajah Mada, which showed that there was continuous increase and better body growth. Feed intake was lower, so the FCR was lower. And in terms of cholesterol, here again, you can see Naturalguard had lower cholesterol level, 161 versus 175 milligram per DL in control group. And here you can see the uric acid level was lower in NG, and also creatinine level and so the triglyceride level. This is the one which we want to show you how we worked in Vietnam to optimize the virus, African swine fever virus extraction, and then we optimized it in the laboratory. And then we went for the in vitro and in vivo trials. These are the several steps where we first had sample collection from the field, and then isolation of these samples on the primary cells, either palm cells or mono, then isolation of African swine fever virus. The isolates were obtained, and then it has to go through several examinations like cell adaptation, then pass through the passes, 5 to 6 passages, then virus growth titration, HAD was done, and then in vitro treatment of Naturalguard, EcoGuard and control. Then we had to go through the in vivo virulence profile, where we conduct the in vivo challenge test, then clinical sign observation, virus replication, shedding of virus, which goes for the horizontal transmission, and pathological lesions were studied. So the first trial report you can see in vitro, where these are the groups. And these are the Rosetta cells. This is for the positive control. You can see the Rosetta. Here, negative control, no Rosetta. And in Naturalguard treated group up to dilution 11, we could see no Rosetta formation. The in vitro level trial was established to determine the efficacy of Naturalguard against lethal log 5 and sublethal log 4 doses of African swine fever virus in porcine alveolar macrophages, commonly called palm cells. The obtained results from real-time PCR and HAD or Rosetta formation showed that Naturalguard was effective up to dilution 13 or 62.5 ppm to inhibit African swine fever virus growth. Then the second stage was in vivo trial of Naturalguard antiviral activity against African swine fever. The in vivo trial was established to determine the efficacy of Naturalguard against sublethal log 4.5 doses of African swine fever virus in pigs. The obtained results from real-time PCR and clinical symptoms cumulative mortality showed that Naturalguard effectively inhibited African swine fever viral infection. The incubated challenged group showed that Naturalguard could deactivate the African swine fever virus in direct contact. The real-time PCR data showed that Naturalguard prohibited the horizontal transmission of African swine fever virus. The immunoglobulin G of Naturalguard consumed pigs was higher than the control groups. The IgM value of Naturalguard consumed pigs was lower than the positive control. So it showed that Naturalguard is effective to prohibit the horizontal transmission of the disease from infected pig to the co-housed pigs. Then we have field observation, especially in Bali, Indonesia, and we could see that it is not only prohibiting from the disease, but also contributing in the better growth, lower FCR. This is observation from the last year farms, and we could see that we have less percentage of mortality. In NG group, it is 3.8, whereas in control, it is about 12%. And the total body weight out is also higher, 195 kg versus 163. ADG, we can see it is 0.25, whereas in control, it is 0.21. Then the second farm, where we can see that the survival rate of Naturalguard was 92.5% compared to control 88%. FCR was better, and the difference was also higher in NGL group. The third farm, which we can see here, is survival is almost the same, 91.3 and 91.7%, whereas the FCR, you could see the better. Now there are some more farms in grow out where you could see the difference, better FCR and better biomass survival rate. These are FMD infected farms, which were in 5M number, and 240 ppm of Naturalguard liquid was applied. And the time it was almost 15% infection, and the mortality recorded was in piglets was up to 15%. Then we started the treatment, and this is because in some cases you can see the hooves are damaged. All the pigs are sitting, they are not able to stand up. And this is after treatment when the
Bapak Brata, ini kapasitas total 200 ekor, sedikit musibah saat masih kecil berat 20 kilo. Semuanya tidur, karena dia enak tidur, karena dingin. Ya. Sekarang sudah berdiri, bagus, tidak ada luka di kaki satupun, tidak ada. Berat, full. Nah, inspirasikan buat teman-teman, jangan panik tentang handle penyakit. Kita harus ikut SOP dan harus ikut bijakan dari kantor seperti apa, obat seperti apa, dosis seperti apa. Totali 200, akhir dan mati 14. 186 sekarang sisa. Tapi ini yang diceritakan menjadi histori perusahaan kita, kemitraan kita, selamat dari penyakit virulen. Kondisi sehat-sehat. Ini usaha besar dari Mr. Brata, Om Brata, opak kita, peternak tertua di KPS. Ya.
Oh, this is the second one here also.
Sudah ngerti.
Here also you can see all that line.
Brok. Ada jantan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ekor, 7 ekor di sini. Oh. Butuan semua ya? Ya.
These are some glimpses of our in vivo trial in Vietnam National University of Agriculture, where these pigs were challenged and co-housed in these cages. These are some of our colleagues and observation station in Vietnam. This is in Bali. We're thankful to Kun Paithun, Pairi. This is our Eddie, Adi, and these are the progressive farmers. This is in China, where we produce for trials and then go for the trials. So the conclusion is the developed blend formulation Naturalguard in powder and liquid form is an effective immunomodulator and anti-pathogenic agent which supports pig to grow in its optimum condition, which resulted in better productivity. Thank you very much.